If you've ever picked up your hamster and felt them squirm, heard them squeak, or watched them freeze in fear, you might be making one of the critical mistakes we're going to talk about today. These handling errors can cause serious injury, chronic stress, or even paralysis in your tiny friend. Hamsters are prey animals. In the wild, anything grabbing them from above is trying to eat them. That instinct doesn't disappear in captivity. How you handle them determines whether they see you as a friend or a predator. The first mistake is grabbing your hamster from above without warning. Imagine a massive shadow falling over you and a giant hand descending from the sky. Terrifying. When hamsters panic, they can injure themselves trying to escape, sustaining injuries to their legs, spine, or internal organs. Instead, announce yourself. Talk softly as you approach. Let them see your hand coming and investigate it first. Let them climb onto your hand willingly. This is the difference between a terrified animal and a trusting companion. The second mistake is squeezing too tightly. Hamsters have delicate skeletal structures. Their ribs are thin, their spine is fragile, and their internal organs are right beneath the surface. When you squeeze a hamster, even gently by human standards, you can fracture ribs or compress their chest so they can't breathe properly. The correct way is to cup them gently in both hands, creating a safe cave with your palms. Your fingers should be relaxed, not gripping. Think of your hands as a moving platform, not a cage. Hold them close to your body or over a secure surface, so if they jump, they won't fall far. The third mistake is picking up your hamster by the scruff of their neck. While some animals have loose skin that can tolerate this, hamsters do not. Scruffing can cause serious neck and spinal injuries, tear their delicate skin, and compress their spine, leading to temporary or permanent paralysis. If your hamster is aggressive, use a small cup or tube to transfer them. Work on taming gradually with treats and patience, but never scruff them. The risk is too high. The fourth mistake is handling a sleeping hamster. Hamsters are most active at dawn and dusk. Waking them suddenly causes them to bite or thrash, risking falls and injuries. Constantly disrupting their sleep causes chronic stress that weakens their immune system and shortens their lifespan. If you need to interact during their sleep time, speak softly near the cage and wait for them to emerge on their own. Never reach into their nest and pull them out. The fifth mistake is handling your hamster too high off the ground. Hamsters have terrible depth perception. A fall from even 2 or 3 feet can cause broken legs, spinal damage, head trauma, or internal bleeding that leads to paralysis or death. Always sit down when handling. Hold them close to a soft surface. Place them down gently rather than releasing them from standing height. One wrong move and your hamster could fall and get seriously hurt. The sixth mistake is handling with dirty hands or hands that smell like food. If your hands smell like food, your hamster might bite thinking you're edible. If they smell like another pet, your hamster might panic. Scented products can be toxic since hamsters groom themselves after you handle them and ingest whatever was on your skin. Always wash your hands with unscented soap before handling. Your hands should smell like nothing. The seventh mistake is allowing children to handle hamsters without supervision. Kids don't instinctively understand how fragile hamsters are. They might grab too quickly, squeeze too hard, or drop them when startled. Set clear rules, handling only while sitting down, gentle petting only, no waking the hamster, and an adult must always be present. The ninth mistake is rough handling during necessary procedures like nail trims or health checks. I get it. Your hamster doesn't want their nails trimmed. They squirm, they struggle, they might try to bite. But restraining them forcefully, flipping them on their back, or holding them in unnatural positions to get the job done can cause serious injuries. Hamsters held on their backs can experience something called stress-induced immobility, where they freeze in terror. This isn't cooperation. It's a trauma response. The stress can literally be fatal, causing heart attacks or strokes. For necessary care procedures, work with your hamster's natural behavior. Trim one nail at a time over several days if needed. Use a small towel for gentle restraint rather than your hands. Consider having 2 people help, one to stabilize and one to trim. or better yet, consult with a vet experienced in small animal care to learn proper techniques. Some procedures really should be done by professionals. There's no shame in admitting you need help. It's better than accidentally hurting your pet. The 10th and final mistake is not reading your individual hamster's personality and preferences. Care guides give general advice, but every hamster is unique. Some hamsters love being held and will climb right into your hands. Others tolerate brief handling but prefer to interact with you in other ways, like taking treats or running through tubes you hold. Some hamsters will never enjoy being held, no matter how patient and gentle you are. This doesn't mean you've failed. It just means your hamster has a different personality. Forcing a hamster who clearly dislikes handling to endure it anyway because you want cuddles is selfish and harmful. Find ways to bond that work for your specific hamster. Maybe they love running in a playpen while you sit nearby. Maybe they enjoy treat puzzles you make for them. Maybe they're most interactive when you talk to them softly through the cage bars. Respect what your hamster is telling you through their behavior. They're communicating clearly if you're willing to listen. Let's talk about what can happen when these handling mistakes add up over time. Chronic stress in hamsters manifests in heartbreaking ways. Hair loss, skin conditions, digestive problems, aggressive behavior, self-mutilation, repetitive behaviors like bar chewing or excessive grooming. Their immune systems weaken, making them susceptible to respiratory infections and other illnesses. They might stop eating or drinking normally. Their lifespan, already short at 2 to 3 years, can be cut even shorter. And the saddest part is that the hamster can't tell you what's wrong. They can't say that the way you're handling them hurts or scares them. They can only show you through their behavior and declining health. On the other hand, hamsters who are handled correctly from a young age often become quite friendly. They'll run to the front of the cage when you approach. They'll climb into your hands willingly. They'll sit peacefully in your palm, maybe grooming themselves or eating a treat. They'll have bright eyes, shiny coats, and curious personalities. The effort you put into proper handling pays off in the form of a trusting relationship with your tiny companion. If you're watching this and realizing you've been making some of these mistakes, don't panic. You can start changing your approach today. Begin by slowing down. Hamster care isn't about what's convenient for you. It's about what's safe and comfortable for them. Approach handling as a privilege your hamster grants you, not a right you have. Every interaction should leave your hamster feeling safe, not stressed. Start small. If your hamster is skittish, spend time just sitting near the cage talking softly. Let them get used to your presence, your voice, your smell. Offer treats through the cage bars. Graduate to placing your hand in the cage with a treat, letting them come to you. Only when they're comfortable with that should you try scooping them up. Remember, patience is everything. Some hamsters tame quickly, others take weeks or months. Some never fully tame, and that's okay too. The goal isn't to have an Instagram-perfect hamster who rides around on your shoulder. The goal is to have a healthy, unstressed hamster who feels safe in their environment. If that means they prefer minimal handling, honor that. There are plenty of other ways to enjoy your hamster's company. There's still a lot of outdated, harmful advice about hamster care, like scruffing them, grabbing them from their nest, or thinking rough handling toughens them up. Ignore it. Modern hamster care focuses on respecting them as prey animals and prioritizing their well-being. Trust current research and exotic vets, not someone's decades-old experience. Hamsters rely on you completely. They can't escape bad conditions, speak up when in pain, or fix injuries. That's a huge responsibility, but also a chance to make a real difference. Proper handling isn't just about preventing injuries. It gives your hamster a safe, comfortable life where they can express natural behaviors. Key takeaways: handle them gently, slowly, and on their terms. Support their whole body, never squeeze or scruff. Respect sleep and stress signals. Sit while handling to prevent falls. Supervise kids. Wash hands. And remember, each hamster has its own personality. If handling stresses them, it's better to admire them from outside the cage than force interaction. Their lives are short. Let's make them safe, comfortable, and fear-free.